Hey, buddy, Thomas here. As you can see, up in Tennessee. What am I doing? I don't know. A few weeks ago, actually it's been about a month and so, we sold my dad's 1400 sawmill. And I still have a 2000 sawmill. I've got another sawmill in order. But now, one of the reasons why I came up here, and there's a few reasons. One of the reasons why I came up here, what is that? It's actually underneath all, or on top of all the black walnut and underneath the cedar log. This is actually my father-in-law's sawmill. This is the 1220 sawmill that I started on back when I was in high school. So you can see 1220 timberking. This is an old, I don't know, 2003 or so. I'll have to look at some of the model numbers on here and everything. But it's got a Kohler Command Pro 15. So we went down to father-in-law's place to get this, and I am actually working on a few things. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do a lot with this sawmill. We're going to modify the crap out of it. So I have some plans I've been working on for a while and everything. Actually starting to use my engineering degree a little bit more and everything. I'm going to make some modifications to this mill that get it up to standards of what probably more options than any other manual mill out there. I've got these ideas on some things. I'm working on getting a few things patented right now, so patent pendings and everything. But yeah, we're going to modify this mill to make it work and do some pretty amazing things. I'm also looking at a repower of this mill, and of course, if you know me, I'm gonna put a diesel on there. I've got to make some more measurements and everything, but I found a comparable size diesel. As long as she'll fit with inside the box, that's what we're planning on doing. So yeah, a lot more to come. This is gonna be exciting. This black walnut I'll be cutting up on the 2000 mil, but we're looking to do probably a show in March down in Mississippi. If we do that, I hope to have some of the modifications done on this. Maybe not all, but some of them. So stay tuned. Hey, buddy, Thomas here. So I've got the four-wheeler loaded on there now. We're gonna be heading on the road here soon. It is snowing. It is cold. But we have a meeting that we're gonna have here in a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool. Haven't seen snow in a year since my last deer season. So pretty day. Just gotta get on the road here soon. All right, folks. We've got the trailer load back there. I got my little co-pilot Tommy. We got a lot of snow out there. Truck decently warmed up. Got to get some fuel here, but we are back on the road to Mississippi, heading down our long driveway here. But whew, what a trip! What a trip! Very successful trip. Very happy to get all that black walnut. You know, we helped out the lady there because we essentially, you know, we didn't charge anything, and we got some logs out of it. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the trees were rotten in some sections, but that's not a problem. This old diesel, she's pulling this hill. Whew. But we also got to meet with the Department of Agriculture. That was part of the main reason of this trip. And we were, you know, discussing what we're gonna do to the farm. But hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. More is coming as soon as we get this sawmill back to Mississippi. We'll go from there. Thanks. All right, folks, we made it safely back to Mississippi. It was a good trip. Funny thing is, that was started, I think, like 2 weeks ago. And my dad piled up all the sawdust there, and it has literally been just sitting there smoldering. Pretty impressive. So I got Tommy's four-wheeler here on the back. Now, these are some of the black walnut trees we cut down that I was talking about from Alabama. Now, yes, this one here is pretty wild. It has quite a bit of damage on it. However, I think this will still be okay. The market's pretty hot for something unique, and there's not very much that's gonna be more unique than this. I think the width on this is over 30 inches. The length on it, just over almost 6 foot or so, not really long. This one here is gonna be really special. I'll show you on the other side when we get to it. But these came out of the trees that we cut down. They'd been hit by lightning, and unfortunately they started dying. They were hit by lightning a few years back, but still we have some good wood there. that cedar tree is one that my father-in-law found in the woods, and wants me to make some 2x whatever boards. And he's going to come back and strip that up to make a chest, a cedar chest. So again, there's a lot of character in these logs. The way I cut these and everything, I left a lot of crotches, a lot of unique cuts. This one here, I don't know, just based on the size of the mill, I'll probably just cut the whole thing as it is and then cut it down into cutting boards later. The same with this one, nothing much but cutting boards and stuff out there. But this one here, it's gonna be unique with all the bug damage and stuff in it. This one here, you can see it does have just a little bit of rot right there. I actually had to cut off the bottom 2-foot section of this, and I think it'll be okay. So going around to the other side, this right here, it has a branch that came off there, branch there, branch there, branch there, branch there, and there's probably another branch underneath there. So that right there should be a pretty interesting cut in and of itself. Length on this one, about 6 foot as well. This one here, nice big crotch section. There will be 2 pieces right here, and it's gonna be interesting because there are some holes and hollow spots throughout it. This one right here, I think is my longest section. It's about 8 foot, so something good out there. And this one here, again, very unique, probably very not desirable. However, the full length is not going to be like this, so that could be something for an epoxy fill. This one here is just screaming mantle. I think I can get another mantle like what I did out of that. And that piece there is nice crotch. Sorry, my hand's shaking because I'm cold. But yeah, very happy to get back, get the 1220 mil here. I got to start unloading this. A lot of new things going to happen on the channel. There are so many things I want to talk about, but I can't yet because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. We've got a lot of stuff that's going to be happening here soon. The building, made some great progress on the building. I'll be showing a video on that at some point here in the future, talking about it. I've got everything in there spray foamed. It's looking great. Work on the back porch. And then, yeah, just this is the winter time here. So unfortunately we get, the first part of winter, we get a lot of rain and nastiness, but yeah, we'll get better. Stay tuned. A lot more to come, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be an interesting year. A lot of crazy stuff's going to happen. Even Lucy's happy about it. We'll see you. So we now have the saw head lifted up. I've got all the logs and log deck off and everything. And what I was just doing is actually looking at the bearings underneath the carriage, make sure everything is good. The front ones look good. I'm about to look at these back ones. Overall though, yeah, she might have a little bit of wear and tear on her, some rust and everything, but looking pretty good. The goal with this mill is to go through it. I'm gonna make some modifications. I'm looking at possibly doing a repower. And you know me, if you follow the channel and everything, I vowed never to own a sawmill except for one that is a diesel. So I'm looking at a diesel repower on this. This Kohler Command Pro 15 is a great engine, but again, I'm not exactly sure on the year. I think it's a 2003. She's had some use on her. So from 2003 till now, that's a pretty long run on a sawmill. We're gonna go through and just see what we can do to bring this thing up to par. Now, let's see if I can show this. My dog is really close to the camera and she's trying to hit the camera. Yeah, she's looking at the camera now. All I'm doing is make sure that the bearings underneath are free rolling. That one's got dirt and mud in it. Sorry, my dog's giving me all sorts of kisses and everything. Hopefully she doesn't have the dreaded virus. Nope, she doesn't. She shook her head no. So Yeah, this is gonna be an awesome build. I've got the saw deck, past my junk metal and everything there. I got the saw deck over there. The first thing we're gonna do with that is I'm actually gonna send it off to one of my buddies. We're gonna add a 6-foot extension to that. That's step number one, add length. Currently, I think this sawmill will cut like a 12-foot or so piece, but we're gonna add exact type of metal and everything and, and add length. The second thing we're gonna do is add an axle. Having this on a trailer would be very nice, and we'll also have to weld on a few sections for where the jacks will be. On the saw head, my intentions are to, if I can, repower with a diesel. That's one of the things I'm gonna do. I'm also gonna look at modifying the pulley system on here, the drive pulley, with some type of, what do you call it, like an idler, to get the belt out of the way. I think that would help keeping everything a little bit cleaner. And we're just gonna go through this mill and make sure she's running tip top. We do have a sawmill show that we intend to do in March. I would like to have some of the work done on this mill prior to then, so we'll have a 1220 here on site where people can see. This saw head, I don't know if you could really tell from the video when I was doing a time lapse, this saw head is very heavy. It's kind of a pain to move around, and the help of a tractor is really nice. So without further ado, we'll probably go ahead and conclude this video. I'm going to go ahead and find this a new home, which will probably be in the lean-to section of my shop here, as I work on the engine and stuff like that, when my buddy works on the rail system, the bed. So stay tuned, a lot more to come. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be an interesting year. Not because it's going to be more interesting than 2020, but for the channel, this will be an interesting year. We're going to do a lot of stuff. I got some other big surprises coming up. I really can't say, I don't want to jinx myself, but there is some crazy stuff that I never thought I'd be doing is going to be happening. So stay tuned, here we go.